So, a lot of people have been asking me recently whether or not they should be tracking their macros or calories. So, your protein, your carbohydrates, your fats, and then all the other things that come with like MyFitnessPal. So, your fiber, your salt intake, all things like that. And the really simple, straightforward answer is if it fits your goals. So, for example, the reason I started tracking my macros and calories a few years ago was because when I had my eating disorder, one of my eating disorders, I was obsessed with being healthy and finding healthy foods. And I always thought the only way I'd be able to lose weight or lose fat was to eat healthy foods. And then when I did start tracking, I realised that there was loads of calories in avocados, loads of calories in bananas, loads of calories in peanut butter. Nothing wrong with those foods at all, but they are high in calorie. So if you are looking to lose weight, those foods might not be optimal even though they are healthy. So I would always recommend anyone that doesn't have any idea of what's in their food, or they're trying to lose weight, or they're trying to put on muscle, it would always be a good idea to start with tracking to figure out what's exactly in your food, focusing on keeping the protein high. And there also is a good chance that if you do track, it will be more accurate. However, tracking is not for everyone, and it can lead to worse things than good, and a lot of people do find it toxic. For me, it really helped, but that was suited to me. But I don't recommend tracking forever. It's not a forever thing. The only reason it's useful is because it gives you an idea and helps people realise that they might not eat as much as they think, but they might also be eating more than they think. So, for example, if I had a client come to me saying they eat really healthy, they do all this exercise, they're eating right, but they just can't lose weight. My recommendation to them would be, have you tried tracking for a week? See how many calories you're actually eating, because it's probably higher than you think. Same goes for someone who comes to me and they're trying to put on muscle. They think, I'm eating all the food in the world, I'm trying to do this, but actually they're not having that many carbs, they're not having enough calories, their protein is low. And in that way, yes, tracking will be very, very good for those clients. But tracking is not for everyone. You have to find out what works for you, what works for your mental health. Is it suited to your goals right now? There's loads of questions to ask yourself. But at the end of the day, I do think everyone should track at some point in their life. I think it's a good starting point, and for people to figure out what's actually in their food and what's going to help them reach their goals. But do I think it's a forever thing? No, and I do not believe you should be tracking for the rest of your life. Otherwise, you will be controlled by a number, which is not healthy in the slightest. So to sum up, track if it works for you, don't if it doesn't work for you and does more harm than good.